Okay, I've got a lovely picture of a circle, which again they've kindly given to me. Okay, A and B are points on a circle. It's not a diameter this time. I know the coordinates of A is 1 minus 2. It's not printed properly. This is 1 minus 2. Okay, and the midpoint M of AB is coordinates 3, 1. Again, I think this was supposed to be labelled 3, 1 like that. Okay, and I need to do stuff from that. So the line M passes through, the line L goes through the points M and P. Okay, so P is the centre of the circle. So I've got to get the x coordinate of P. All right. Well, where do I begin? I've got to begin with these points here. This is M. All right. I've got its coordinates. I need an equation for L. So an equation for a line, okay, and I need two things for the equation of a line. I need a point and a gradient, all right. Well, I've got a point, all right, M is 3, 1, but I need a gradient. So what do I know about the gradient of this line, L? Okay, well, I don't know the coordinates of P. I can't use the 2-point method. Okay, what I can work out the gradient of is this line here, okay. So I can get the gradient of that with the 2-point method, but it's not obviously, especially looking at the diagram, related to the other one. They haven't drawn their diagram very accurately, notice. This is supposed to be in the middle of A and B. So if I draw it trying to be a little bit more accurate, if I try and just find the midpoint of that chord and join that to the centre, then on this version of the diagram, okay, we can see that because this is the midpoint of the chord, this is on a line of symmetry. This must be a line of symmetry of the whole diagram because these two distances are the same, and this is the centre of the circle. And if that's a line of symmetry, it means that these two angles are the same, so they must be 90 degrees. So they've drawn it in a misleading way. If you read the words and you actually think about where M really is in relation to A and B, you can see the gradient you can find here is at right angles to the gradient you want, which is a gradient of the line. So we've got a point, we've got a gradient, okay, and so that will give us our equation for L. And then, given the x-coordinate of P is 6, well, P is this point with x-coordinate of 6 on this line that I've just found the equation of. So I've got an x value to shove into that equation, and I'll get the y value out straight away. Hooray. Oh, and it tells us what that answer is. It's minus 1. So it's a show that, so this is your end point, but that is going to be, this is going to be re-entry point. I just know it is. Now we know that P is the point 6, 1, find an equation for a circle. We need, for an equation of a circle, we need a centre, and we now know the centre, okay, and we need a radius. Now we don't know a radius, but if I know the coordinates of P, which I do now, and I know the coordinates of A, don't use M, but A, this distance here is the radius you want. So you could do part C, if you've read the question up to that point, without having had any success on A or B. So make sure you use your re-entry points. Have fun with that one.